Hi guys, how you doing? Senior Gaming here, and in today's episode I'm bringing you Valor Legends and we're gonna review new hero tutorial, Ireus. So let's jump and check how the progression and customization looks for Ireus and also skills, and then we're gonna jump into tutorial to see him in action. Right, so what we got to establish here, obviously Ireus wants to call himself Lord of Thunder. So perhaps he's competing here with a Legendary 4 and perhaps a little bit of a Storm, both from a Marvel franchise. So I believe there's gonna be a combination between these two. So we're talking here about Light faction and obviously a Mage class. So let's see the skins itself, how he's gonna progress. Okay. So we slowly getting more and more pumped up. Ooh, and finally we are getting golden. Got to see, this is a great skin for a 260 level progression. Wow. Okay, let's go straight away with the skills and see what Ireus has to offer. So we're starting with a Force Wrath, and that, there we go, was just talking about Thor himself. Okay, so we deal in 300% attack damage plus 3% of the target's lost HP to all enemies. So it means we will target one of the characters, but we're gonna actually do damage to all enemies. Okay, that's interesting. And then we jumping into skill number 2, which is a Chain Lightning. Okay, so Chain Lightning, it's definitely one of the skills that whatever RPG games you've been playing before, this is no news to yourself. And that's another AoE damage, which means Ireus will be focused on a group damage. Okay, so we're talking here about 4 enemies and 120% attack damage on level 1. Then we're going into obviously our passive skill. Okay, and then finally we're going into Thunder and Lighting. And what we got here, 4 seconds into the battle, and we're gonna start summoning Thunderbolts to most densely packed enemy area. Okay, so we got chance of dealing damage and stunning a target. Wow, okay, so this is a third AoE skills, which means that character gonna be great in combination with another class which is able to pull enemies into one solid group. So that's definitely something you want to consider whilst you start unlocking Ireus. Get it with a character which can pull enemies into a group, and that will be deadly combo. Okay, so I think that's where we are with skills. Let's jump back into a tutorial itself. Alright, let's try with tutorial stage 1. Full screen damage. Ireus is adept at dealing damage to all enemies. Use his skills now to deal lethal damage to all backline enemies. Okay, so let's see what we're dealing with. Right, so we have 4 characters here lined up. So you just need to make sure that Lionel will withstand all the damage in order for our character to deal the damage itself. Okay. Right, let's see how that will play out. There is a 500,000 power difference, but let's see how it goes. Okay, come on Lionel, you can hold that damage. I hope you can. Okay, that was close. Oh, there we go. Okay, so all we had to do is just wait for that skill to kick in, and that was a massive AoE damage, which we have mentioned earlier on. It was very close. It was pretty difficult to observe all that in action, but that AoE damage was great. Okay, so we jump in straight into tutorial stage 2. Control the enemy concentrated units. Okay, so what we want to hear is we want to leverage Ireus Thunder and Lighting, which was the last skill, when targeting concentrated areas to control the enemy. Okay, so we knew that we want to have characters in a one specific area as a cluster in order then to pull that additional damage. Okay, so let's give a support. So we're talking here about energy skills to shield. Let's cast it actually on Ireus itself. So obviously if the longer he will live, the more chances of casting the skill we have. Let's see how that plays out. Again, we on a time to a speed of the battle. So let's just see how that will play out. Okay, so we got 4 seconds in already. Okay, we also had AoE damage from our other character, but that was okay. That was pretty good, got to admit. And then finally we're going into tutorial stage 3. So we want to use group heroes with Ireus. So assemble more heroes for group damage for the to hit the enemy hard. Okay, so here we got not so much to choose from in a way of, yeah, we will always go with A5 characters. It's just now to withhold the damage. I definitely want Grigor at the back, so he can provide us energy faster, and we're here talking about only 50,000 power. Okay, let's see the last options here. Okay, so we just need to make sure that our tank lives as long as possible. Okay, we actually got first 2 characters down, and I will see no problems in here. We actually been quite lucky. We had a very good characters in this setup, but yeah, all the additional damage definitely comes in handy. Okay, so let's just now claim all our rewards, and that's a Lord of Thunder for yourself. Alright then guys, thank you very much for watching, and as always, I'll see you next time.